Salvete omnes. This is Abbey Latin Liber Primus, Chapter 8. This is the Lectio Latina, the Latin reading for Chapter 8. I warn you, it is a sad one. When we last left Aeneas and Dido, Aeneas and the Trojan refugees from the Trojan War, they had washed ashore on Carthage, North Africa. And they had been hospitably received by Queen Dido, who is known in this story as Elissa of Tyre, Elissa Tyria. She who had fled from her murderous brother, her brother who had murdered her husband. She had stolen the treasure of Tyre, and she had made her way with some refugees who followed her to North Africa, where she had founded the city Carthage, New City. And there Aeneas had washed ashore on his travels. Though he is supposed to go to Italy, there he tarried in Carthage, for he was looking for aid in order to achieve his destiny. But Queen Dido, she had fallen in love with Aeneas. Now, in the poem, the Aeneid, written by Virgil, Virgil makes it very clear it is the gods who make Dido fall in love with Aeneas. It is the gods who make Elissa fall hopelessly and madly in love with Aeneas, so madly in love, in fact, that it may have disastrous consequences. Poor Dido, misera Dido, misera Elissa. Let's read about what happens to poor, wretched, unfortunate, infelix, unlucky Dido. Ubi Aeneas Elissae pericula Trojanorum narravarat, regina clamavit. Magna est audacia tua, ad multa loca et per pericula magna navigavisti. So ubi, where, when, where? We don't know yet. Aeneas, yes, this is the nominative of his name. It is a Greek name, Aeneas. So he's the subject. So where Aeneas, or when Aeneas? Elissa, she is better known in history as Dido, but here she is known as Elissa, another name for her, a convenient first declension name for her. Elissa, either the genitive or the dative. She can't be plural unless, no, she can't be plural. So either the genitive or the dative, possession or indirect object. Pericula from periculum e neuter, meaning danger, risk, peril. So pericula being neuter, this could either be the nominative subject. Wait, it can't be the nominative subject because we already have a certified nominative subject. Aeneas is definitely going to do the action of the verb. To this, well, this has got to be direct object. Elissa can't be the direct object. She ain't accusative. Pericula, well, that's got to be accusative if it ain't nominative. So accusative, direct object. Pericula, dangers. Not just one danger, but more than one. The dangers. Trojanorum. Now, in the Middle Ages, that consonant I becomes a J. So that's where we get Trojan. Orum, genitive plural, from Trojanosaum, the Trojans, of the Trojans. Trojans with an S apostrophe. So I would imagine that they are possessing the danger. It's the Trojans' danger. I mean, the Trojans are continually, constantly in danger, especially once the Trojan War starts. So when Aeneas, something about Elissa and the dangers of the Trojans, narravarat, that's what it is, narravarat. So third person singular, pluperfect, narro, narrare, narravi, narratus, to tell, to narrate. When Aeneas had told, he had narrated, he had related. What did he relate? The direct object, that's the accusative, pericula, the dangers belonging to the Trojans, genitive of possession of the Trojans. To whom? Who gets it? Elissa, he's the one that she is the one that he's telling this to. So when Aeneas had told to Elissa, when Aeneas had told Elissa, had told Dido the dangers of the Trojans, when he had told the dangers of the Trojans to Elissa, to Dido, what then happened? This is a temporal clause with a pluperfect verb indicating this action happened prior to the next verb. before the main verb. What then happened? He finished talking. He had told her. Then, regina, regina I feminine. This is the Latin word for queen, the queen. The regina clamavit, she clamo, clamare, clamavi, clamatus. She shouted. So the regina clamavit, she shouted. The queen shouted, Magna est audacia tua. Magna from magnosaum, great, large, big. Feminine singular, nominative, or it could be accusative plural neuter. Est. Well, that answers that. If this is singular, this is probably going to be singular too. Audacia, definitely answers that. Audacia I feminine, singular, nominative singular feminine, daring, with a nominative subject, a linking verb, and a predicate nominative, the adjective magnosaum. Great is your daring. Your daring is great. Large is your boldness. No, wait, don't say that. Magna est audacia tua. Great is your boldness. Your boldness. Tuus yours. Your audacia. Your boldness. Your daring is great. You Trojans have risked much. Your daring is great. Ad multa loca. Ad, accusative. Preposition taking the accusative. To or towards, near. Multa, that's probably going to be accusative. Multa saum. And loca. Loca, that's going to be the accusative plural, too many places, too many locales, any locations. This is the loca or neuter plural. Environs, locations. Ad multa loca, too many locations. Et, and, conjunction and. Per, preposition, per, through. Pericula, there's pericula again. Periculum e neuter, danger, risk. Magna, these are not just dangers, but these are magna saum, great, large, big dangers. Per takes the accusative, which makes pericula magna accusative. To many places and through many dangers, navigavisti, you have sailed. Navigavisti, second person singular, perfect of navigo, navigare, navigavi, navigatus. So the queen says, your daring is great. Great is your boldness. You have sailed to many places and through many dangers. She continues, multa dona tuis dedi, et nunc fugam, e meo regno paratis. Multa dona tuis dedi, multa saum, agreeing with dona, from donum e neuter, gifts. This is either the nominative or accusative direct object for gifts. Many gifts. Tuis. Tuis from tuus aum. This is the dative or ablative plural. Tuus aum. There is no noun nearby that it goes with, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that this adjective, tuus aum, is actually a substantive, which is a fancy word for a noun. So yours, your own. We do this in English too, like health to you and yours, to yours, meaning you and your friends, your family, your loved ones. That's whom she's referring to. So multa dona dedi. Dedi also puts the nail in the coffin of there, what to do with multa dona. Dedi. Dedi from do, dare, dedi, datus, to give. Dedi is the first person singular. I gave. Perfect tense. I gave. I have given. I have given, the direct object, multa dona. I have given many gifts tuis, to yours, to your own, to your people, to your family, to your loved ones. Tuis, dative, indirect object. That ain't ablative, it's dative, indirect object. I have given many gifts to your family, to your friends, to your own, to yours. Et, nunc, and now. Conjunction and, nunc, adverb now. Fugam, accusative of flight. Fuga I feminine. Direct object, flight. Preposition out of. Meos agreeing with. Regnum e neuter, kingdom. Ex, ablative separation. Out of my kingdom. Meo regno, ablative separation. Flight, escape from my kingdom. And now, escape from my kingdom, paratus. Paratus. Y'all, ye, paratus, ye Trojans. I have given many gifts to your own, and now ye, plural, ye are preparing. Paro, parare, paravi, paratus. Y'all are preparing now flight from my kingdom. Yes, indeed, for the Trojans have a destiny. Their destiny is to get to Italy. They have to escape the Trojan War, escape the fall and conflagration of Troy, sail across the Mediterranean, and get to Italy, where they are to eventually, at some point in the future, jumpstart the founding of Rome. But that doesn't mean they can tarry in Carthage, at least for very long. So even though Dido has given them many gifts and has offered them a place to stay, the Trojans must leave. It is their destiny. So I have given many gifts to your people, and now ye are preparing flight, escape from my kingdom. What gives? I thought we were friends. Magna erat cura Aeneae. Great was the curae feminine, the care, the anxiety of Aeneas. Great was the anxiety, this is the genitive of Aeneas, Aeneae. Great was Aeneas's anxiety. Aeneas's anxiety, his cura, his care, his feelings about the matter was great. Reginam amabat, sed Dei Troianos vocabant in Italia. Reginam amabat, he was loving. He was in love with, imperfect tense, third person singular imperfect, with the reginam, accusative direct object. He was in love with the queen, reginam. Said, but Dei, nominative plural masculine of deus e masculine, but the gods. Troianos, accusative plural masculine of Troianosaon, the Trojans, like it is up here. Here it's the accusative. The gods were calling, voca vocare vocavi vocatus, were calling, imperfect tense, the gods were calling the Trojans. Where? In plus the accusative, in Italiam, in plus the accusative Italiam, of Italia I, feminine. Motion towards, into Italy. Great was the care of Aeneas. Aeneas's anxiety was great. He had some anxiety. The gods' destiny, fate, the fates are telling him, dude, you gotta go to Italy. And he's like, yeah, but this hot woman is begging me to stay and live with her, and I get to be like, king of this city, and it's going to be awesome, and she's like giving me all these gifts and presents and helping me out, and what do I do? And in the end, destiny wins out, for the gods cannot be ignored. But the gods were calling the Trojans into Italy, in plus the accusative motion towards. Mercurius, you know this guy, Mercury, the planet that is closest to the sun and has the fastest orbit. It goes really, really fast, like Mercury goes really, really fast. Hermes, he got wingies on his helmet, wingies on his sandals. He flies, zips around really, really fast. He is the Deorum Nuntius Mercurius. Here's his nominative singular masculine form, Mercury. Also in the picture, this is Hallar's woodcut of Aeneas, this guy, and Mercurius, Mercury. Notice he is carrying the caduceus, or the Greek kerkerion, the staff by which he leads the dead into the underworld. Mercurius, the Nuntius Deorum, the gods, the messenger of the gods, Deorum being genitive plural. Mercurius, the messenger of the gods. Nuntius here is in a positive. That means it is placed next to Mercurius. It's just giving us more information about what he is. It's a nominative noun. Agreeing somewhat, it's modifying a nominative Mercurius. So yeah, I know I said nouns can't modify nouns. This isn't a positive. It works like this. Mercurius, comma, the messenger of the gods, comma, Aenei narawit. Aenei, this is going to be either the genitive or dative. It's the dative. It's the dative indirect object of Aeneas. Narawit, because he's receiving this naro, narawe, narawe, naratus, this narration. So the subject is Mercurius, the messenger of the gods. He told to Aeneas. He speaks to Aeneas. He told Aeneas, and this is what he told Aeneas. In Europa, and there should be a make run over that A, in Europa est tuum regnum, ad Italiam naviga. In plus the, yes, this should be ablative, make run over the A, in Europa, in Europe, est is third person singular present tense of sum esse furi futurus. In Europe is tuum regnum, tuum regnum. This regnum, the one you're in, Carthage, this is a fine regnum, beautiful regnum, but it is not tuum, yours, tuosa your regnum, regnum e neuter kingdom. The subject of the verb est is regnum, tuum regnum. Your kingdom is in Europe. In Europe is your kingdom. You got to go to Europe. You can't stay here in North Africa. You have to sail ad Europam in Italiam, to Europe, into Italy. Ad Italiam, naviga, ad, accusative motion towards Italiam, Italia, I feminine, to Italy, naviga. Your footnote tells you this is the imperative, the command form. A hint for an upcoming chapter. The imperative is just the same as the present stem of the verb in the singular. Just the same as the present stem of the verb in the singular. To make it plural, add te, like salve and salvete and walete. Those are imperatives, commands. So the plural would be navigate. But here, Mercurius is just zooming down and telling Aeneas, sail, naviga, singular, sail to Italy. Get on up there, get on your boat and sail ad Italiam, to Italy. Okay, well, the Deorum Nuntius, the messenger of the gods, has told me I should go to Italy. I wonder, should I go to Italy? I have to tell my girlfriend. Oh no, text message breakup out of the question, right? Right? I don't know. Ubi Carthagine discessum paravarat Aeneas, regina ira erat magna. So ubi, when Carthagine discessum, your footnote says, departure from Carthage. When departure from Carthage, paravarat, third person singular, pluperfecta para, parare, and then Aeneas is the subject. When Aeneas had prepared departure from Carthage, so he's made his decision, huh? What then happens? Reginae, ira, reginae, from regina I feminine. This is the genitive, possession. It could be the dative. It could also be the dative of possession. The anger of the queen or the anger to the queen. It doesn't really matter. We do have a form of sum here. It could be either or. It doesn't really matter at all in this sentence. Erat magna. Magna being the feminine singular of magnus aum, to modify ira, the subject ira, linking verb erat in the imperfect, and then magna. The queen's anger was great. Great was the queen's anger. If you're going to translate it as the dative of possession, you could say the queen's anger was great, or the queen had great anger, or the queen was very angry. Misera amicis clamavit. Misera. Now, who is this Misera? Check it out. There's no noun nearby. It is referring to Dido. We don't actually need to name her again. We know it's a her because it's singular feminine on the adjective miser, misera, miserum. So wretched, poor, unfortunate, feminine, singular. Who's that? Well, that would be this Regina, this really upset, angry Regina, this queen, this Alyssa. She was in love with Aeneas. She was forced to fall in love with Aeneas. The gods made her, and now he's leaving. Doesn't sound great. That makes her very unhappy. In fact, it drives her insane. Misera, poor woman. I know it's a woman because feminine ending. Misera, poor woman, amicis clamavit. She, amicis, to her friends. Dative or ablative? It's going to be dative. It's not by means of her friends, she shouted. She shouted using her friends. No, not ablative of means. Dative, it's got to be dative indirect object. She shouted to her friends, and this is what she shouted to her dative friends. The poor woman shouted to her friends, Aenean, appellavaram virum meum, sed Traianus malus non me amabat miseram. Oh my, this is turned really badly, really quickly. Aeneon, the accusative direct object of Aeneas. It's a Greek accusative, not Aeneam, but Aeneon. So Aeneas in the accusative, appellavaram. I had called by name. I had named. Pluperfect tense. I had done this in the past. I had already done this before the main verb. Appellavaram. I had named Aeneas virum meum. I had called him by name. What name? Virum meum. I had called him viri, masculine. Man. It can also mean husband, and here she means husband. I had called Aeneas my husband. Virum meum. I had named Aeneas my husband. I wanted him to be my husband. Said, but, one T, but Troianus malus Troianus, but the Trojan. She doesn't even call him by name anymore. She says Troianus, but the Trojan. Troianus, Trojan, nominative singular masculine. He, Trojan, that Trojan Aeneas. But the Trojan who is malus, wicked, evil. The wicked Trojan, known, not me. Me is the accusative of ego, of I. Me, me. It's the same as in English, me, the direct object of the verb. But the wicked Trojan was not loving me. The wicked Trojan, I would say, did not love me. Meaning it was in the past, that's why it's imperfect, and it was ongoing. It was an ongoing action, a not loving, not happening in the past. But the wicked Trojan, he didn't love me. That whole time that we were together, he did not love me. Me miseram. We put miseram at the end. It's accusative, right? Singular, yeah. It's feminine. What's it agree with? Me. Because who's talking? Misera, Dido, Alyssa. She is feminine, remember? She's feminine. If the wicked Trojan Aeneas is the subject and he didn't love her, and she's the one talking, she's going to say me. He didn't love me. And I being accusative singular feminine, miseram. But the wicked Trojan did not love me. A wretched woman, miseram, a wretched woman. Wretched me, you could say. But the wicked Trojan did not love, was not loving, poor me, wretched me. See how miseram is kind of away from me, amabat comes between them. That really emphasizes miseram. It's kind of out of place. You'd expect it to be here, right after me, but it's kind of at the end, not where it's expected, and that means it's emphatic. Poor me, he didn't love, poor me. Oh no, this is getting really emotional. Parat fugam hodie. Parat. Third person singular present tense of para parare. He is preparing fugam hodie. He is preparing a fuga, I, feminine flight, escape, hodie. Today. Adverb, hodie, on this day. Right now, present time, today. He is preparing escape today. It's happening right now. My friends, it's happening. Remember, she is shouting this, amicis, to her friends. Cross. Tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. Don't put off for tomorrow. Cross tomorrow. Ab Africa navigavit. Navigabit. Ab Africa, ab. Preposition away from, Africa, I feminine, separation, ablative separation. Tomorrow, away from Africa, navigavit, he will sail. Third person singular, future, of navigo, navigare, navigavi, navigatus. Tomorrow, he will sail from Africa. Today he prepares flight. Tomorrow he will sail from Africa. Semper, adverb, always, forever, for all time. It tells us how long, forever. Stop it. Sto, stare, steti, status, will stand. Third person singular, something will stand. Forever will stand. Inter, preposition meaning between or among, like interstates go between the states. Does Hawaii have interstates? Of course it does. Inter takes the accusative case. Troianos, from Troianosaum, Trojans, between, among the Trojans. There will always be something, some nominative subject we have yet to see, between the Trojans et populum meum. Populus e masculine, people, meum, my people. Forever will there be between the accusative Trojans and the accusative my people? Mea ira magna. Whoa, she's cursing them. She's that crazy and insane and in love. And poor woman, it's not her fault. The gods made her this way. Meus mea. Ira, I, feminine, wrath, anger. This is our subject. Always will the anger will always stand between the Trojans and my people. And what kind of anger? Mea, my, great, magnosaum, ira. My great anger will always stand between the Trojans and my people. Always between the Trojans and my people will stand my great anger. Neque, soci eritis, neque, amici. Remember neque, you won't see et known. You'll see nec or neque. Remember how you see et and et, both and, et this, et that, both this, both that. Here you have neque, neither this nor that. Neque, soci, neque, amici, eritis. Second person plural future. You will be neither socii, friends, allies, companions, because she's talking to her friends, talking about her friends and the Trojans. Ye will never be, or ye will neither be friends, or I'm sorry, you will neither be allies, neque amici, nor friends. Ye will be neither allies nor friends. Oh, what a terrible curse. Semper, always, in armis, in arms, arma, armorum, neuter, plural, always plural, arms, weapons, always in arms will ye stand. Sto, sare, seti, status, second person plural. Always in arms will ye stand, et contra, and against the accusative, Troianos, and against the Trojans. Diu, adverb, for a long time. Magnis bellis et proeliis multis pugnabitis. What a wicked, sick metal curse. And against the Trojans for a long time. Magnus great, large, big, bellum e neuter, war, it's plural. What is this, dative or ablative plural? You know what? I don't know yet. Let's keep reading. Et and proeliis, another dative or ablative plural from proelium e neuter, battles. Multis, multisaum, adjective, dative or ablative plural. Pugnabitis. Okay, so pugnabitis, we know second person plural, ye are doing the verb. And ye will fight, contra, against the Trojans. Diu, adverb, for how long? Diu, for a long time, adverb, for a long time. By means of, these are ablative of means. I also want you to check out the word order. It's somewhat chiasmic. We have the adjective, and then the noun. And then the noun, then the adjective. So it makes this sort of whoop, and then whoop. So magnis corresponds to multis. They're both adjectives. Here magnis comes before the noun. Here multis comes after the noun. And then bellis corresponds to proeliis. Here proilis is the second thing after the adjective. Here proilis is the thing preceding the adjective. And against the Trojans for a long time will ye fight. In English we'd say in, it's probably an ablative, means by means of great battles and by means of great wars and many battles. English we would say in great wars and many battles. Neither will ye be comrades nor friends, forever will ye stand in arms, and ye will fight against the Trojans for a long time in great wars and many battles. Whoa, she's really upset. I wonder what happens next. Shocker plot twist! Oh no! Ad mortem miseram elissam Dei tum vocaverunt. So ad mortem, your footnote says to death. Ad mortem, to death, to her death. Miseram elissam. Miseram agrees with elissam, accusative direct object. Dei, nominative plural masculine of deus e masculine, gods. Tum is an adverb meaning then, thereupon, and it modifies the verb. Adverbs modify verbs. Vocaverunt, third person plural, perfect active of voca, vocare, vocavi, vocatus. So the subject are the gods, nominative. The gods then, thereupon, the gods called. Wretched, poor, unfortunate, miseram elissam, to her death. Ad mortem, to her death. Did the gods then call poor Alyssa? Whoa, that escalated quickly. Yes, she commits suicide with Aeneas' sword. He leaves her his sword as a gift, as a parting gift. Dude, not really appropriate. And then he sails away. She reaches out longingly towards him, and she kills herself and lights a funeral pyre underneath her of all the things that reminds her of Aeneas. But of course not before she curses. Not just Aeneas, not just the Trojans, but also her own people, to fight everlasting forever wars against each other. Eternal hatred. Said, but, one T, interim, but meanwhile, Aeneas erat in alto. Aeneas was in the tall, the deep. Here it means, yeah, we had the high seas, right? We say that in English, the high seas, on the deep sea. He's already on the deep sea. But meanwhile, Aeneas was on the high seas. While Dido is killing herself and lighting herself on fire, Aeneas is sailing away, looking back at Carthage and wondering what that plume of smoke might be. I wonder, are they having a barbecue? I bet nothing bad is happening back there, the clueless man says. Ad Italiam jam Trojani navigabat. So ad takes the accusative, motion towards, ad Italiam, to Italy. Jam, now, already, soon. Trojani, the Trojans, nominative plural masculine, the subject of the verb navigabant. Third person plural, imperfect of navigo, navigare, navigavi, navigatus. They were sailing. The Trojans were already sailing to Italy. So, Dido killing herself, making a big deal about it, funeral pyre and everything, cursing everyone in sight. You're all gonna fight. You're all gonna hate each other forever. Yeah, Aeneas is already gone, and the Trojans are already sailing to Italy. Oh no, terrible. I wonder if Aeneas is going to meet her in the underworld later. Anyway, yes, it is extremely sad, the story of Dido. Dido and Aeneas, there is an opera written by Henry Purcell, in which the most famous aria from that opera, called Dido's Lament, it is sung, or at least played, annually in London every Remembrance Sunday, which is the Sunday that's closest to November 11th, that is Armistice Day, following the end of World War I. And here I have a clip. It is very sad. It's opera. It's an aria. It puts you in the mood of what it was like for Dido. sung by the very talented Jesse Norman. Here is Dido's Lament. I've gone ahead and put the lyrics off on the side. Go ahead and close your eyes and listen to Dido's Lament by Jesse Norman. When I am laid in earth.
Oh, my
valete omnes.